Ladies and gentlemen, I am most honored to introduce to you Dr. Linus Pauling.
I have been interested for a good number of years in the question of how science progresses. What is it that characterizes science? Science is the search for understanding of the world in which we live, the search for the truth. On my 60th birthday, I was presented with a book of letters from former students. He told a story in this letter. He said that he had said to me, "Dr. Pauling, how do you have good ideas?" And I said, "Well, you just have a lot of ideas and throw away the bad ones." And he mentioned that xenon functions as an anesthetic. It's as good as ether or chloroform, better even, doesn't have the side effects. 2 operations on human beings have been carried out with xenon, the only disadvantage being that in each case about $800 worth of xenon was used. It's a pretty rare substance. Well, I said to my son, I wonder how it's possible for xenon to be an anesthetic agent. Surely chloroform and ether, these things, they do something chemical in the body. And in April of 1959, I opened a big package from a fellow named Jeffrey, who was sending me a copy of a manuscript which was on the crystal structure of an alkyl ammonium halide. And I said to myself, I understand anesthesia. Here we have this alkyl ammonium ion that's like the alkyl ammonium side chain of serine, the serine residue in proteins in the brain. And I can understand that there might form microcrystals of water, ice sort of, but this special sort of ice that is stabilized by including these electrically charged side chains of proteins and other ions that are there. And if there were xenon molecules occupying these other, or chloroform molecules occupying these other cavities, they would raise the melting point of the crystals enough so that they could be stable at 37 degrees centigrade. And as these little microcrystals form under the influence of the van der Waals effect of xenon atoms, they trap the side chains here, the electrically charged side chains and the ions, and keep them from contributing to the electric oscillations in the brain that constitute consciousness and ephemeral memory, and unconsciousness supervenes. And if this is right, then you ought to be able to anesthetize somebody just by cooling his brain to the point where these little crystals form without the xenon molecule or other anesthetic molecule being there. Are we following a moral course? The fact is that national governments are immoral, all of them. They are immoral. The immorality is associated with the acceptance of what is called patriotism, that you work only for your own people, that you're being just as patriotic if you do damage to people outside your country as if you do good for people in your own country. Problems. I think really all of the great problems that we have in the world are closely connected with this matter of the tremendous inequality in the distribution of the world's wealth. And I believe that we need to attack it. I can't say that I know how to attack and solve this problem. It's a complicated problem. But I believe that problems can be attacked. If people try to solve them, they can be solved, and that if we are to attack them honestly, work at them, we can make the world a great place to live in. Thank you.